Alright, so character favorite tier list. I think that there needs to be an F tier. I think first order of business we create an F tier.
Absolutely, I agree.
There will be more tiers below. Um yeah, let me just make an F minus tier. Because it doesn't I need a green tier, basically. There we go. F and then F minus because there's definitely F minus characters who suck. So first off we have the Traveler.
I think Traveler has to be. I think Traveler has to go in mid tier.
Mid. I think it's like worse than mid. Here, you know what I'll do? I'll make the girl Lumine, like as if it's the evil one, and I'll make Aether the like who you're playing as. I think Evil Traveler is like pretty. I don't hate it. It's weird, but it's not the worst. I don't. It's fine. I like the lore, how it's like, oh, your sibling's evil when got here first. Whoa! That's cool. But as far as like the main Traveler goes, very boring, very bland.
They're giving him more character, but it's not enough.
Yeah, and also the racism bottle arc just like move the Traveler from a mid tier to like an F tier. Because I fucking hate the racism bottle. And then it was like, you just had to be there and be like, well, listen, the bottle kind of has a point. And that was the only option! Bro, it's so bad. Jean is very bland.
Jean is C tier.
Like, I don't hate her, but there's not much going on. You know, it's kind of just there. Lisa is D tier, F tier. Well, D tier because her backstory's pretty cool. Like Sumeru witch. Oh, what's she doing? But she makes me uncomfortable anytime I'm around her. She radiates like pedophile energy. I like it. I don't think.
That's very true.
Alright,
were you not recording?
No, I am. And the baby just starts screaming at the top of his lungs.
Yeah.
Maybe he really doesn't like Lisa, and I understand that.
Amber, I'd say B or C. B or C.
Like, the thing
is,
is, like,
better than Jean as a character.
I do enjoy Amber more, but I don't think she's well written.
Agreed.
She doesn't have much writing to begin with. She's kind of just like there, like your fun, happy companion. Not much going on. Noelle, I think
Noelle,
like conceptually
I think higher than Lisa, but lower than Jean.
That's fair. Conceptually she's cool, like Knight that can never do it, but like she has nothing going on at all. So I'll put her in like high D tier. Cause she's worse than mid.
If you want to talk about worse than mid, then look at the next character.
Wait, no. Barbara's actually cool, I swear. I think like
No.
I was actually cracking up like with like her and Venti's interactions.
You liar!
Her whole thing of like pop star is cool. I also just enjoy using her.
Said no one ever.
I'll put her in high C tier, but I might move Jean down a tier strictly because of that. Yeah, I'm gonna move Jean down a tier because I do like her less than Noelle.
This is an easy B or A tier for me personally.
Sucrose?
Yeah, easy B or A.
Oh, there was like a Windbloom event with Sucrose and her whole thing was like fucking Omega nerd.
Yeah, with Kale, yeah, that was very cute.
I was like, wow, I liked it a lot.
I care about this character.
I want to put her in like A tier because I really do care about Sucrose's happiness. Fischl's S tier. Need I even say anything? All of the summer events that I've been a part of have been like carried because Fischl is just the GOAT. The one where she was like the prinzessin or whatever was actually like so enjoyable. Anytime she's on screen. What?
That's the one summer event I haven't played, and I've regretted.
Oh, it's so good. But anytime like she's on screen, I'm just like cracking up because it's just like word junk. Her interactions with Bennett are cool. Her dynamic with Mona is interesting, even though Mona is a shit character.
I think Mona acting like a fun older sister to her is, I think that's a very fun dynamic.
Yeah, I want to put in like. Okay. Can we just agree Fischl's an S tier and move on?
Yeah, we can agree with that.
Because of like Fischl, purely because of Fischl, I think Mona's B tier. Although I
also like I played some of that event. I think Mona was decently fun.
Mona was enjoyable. She had her cool little domain.
Yeah, that and the reveal that was she wasn't broke all the time. She was just horrible at managing money.
Yeah, that was fun. I don't like her as much as Sucrose. I think she's on like the same level as like Traveler because Traveler's like more interesting and well written, and Mona's just very enjoyable.
I can agree with that.
Kaya,
I'm sorry.
Very
A tier. A tier.
Wait, why'd you say
Sorry.
I'm sorry, A tier? Funny balls?
Okay. Yeah, funny balls.
I enjoy his pirate thing. Him and Klee, like, is genuinely cute. I think he's the better side of the D-Luke Kea coin. Genuinely interesting. Feels like a real character during like the whole Mondstadt is dying thing.
Yeah.
His backstory. Sorry.
That and he's basically Conrian. That like I want to hear more about that.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean you're descendant of a Conrian prince?
I don't know if Dainsleif is here, but Dainsleif will just agree as an S tier. You just remind me of Conria.
Easily.
I think all of the chasm related stuff is like peak, and everything else is peak. It's like genuinely good as its own little thing, not as like a Genshin thing.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I agree with that.
D-Luke, his Batman thing is cool. I think he has like some of the cooler cutscenes, especially from like early. But like, he has the downside of being a 1.05 star that they can't like show off tits and get sales.
Yeah.
So he just.
I mean, he got that one event about him and his backstory and shit. That was kind of cool. But like, other than that, he doesn't have much to him.
Yeah, I enjoyed the advertisement to buy a $20 skin.
That was a very interesting advertisement strategy. Razor, honestly, I'd say A tier.
Razor's in the higher. I think his
Razor's dynamic with Bennett and Fischl, their entire friend group is A tier at least.
That's fair. That's fair. I can just talk about them both, I guess. I really like the little side quest where you like roll up on the shores and it's Razor finding his dead dad or whatever. I forgot what the whole wolf deal was.
Yeah. It was him finding out that his parents like are dead or something, and him coming to terms that he has a new family here in Mondstadt with like Lisa, Bennett, Fischl, everyone.
Yeah, and he has the upside of appearing in a lot of events, so like I actually care about him more than like D-Luke.
Yeah.
And I just enjoy him. Ningguang, very cool in like the Leeway story. But it's kind of just weird, cause she starts out like she wants to like like have your head, and then with no reasoning, is just like, okay, well, now we're best friends, and now we must destroy the Kraken or whatever.
Yeah, that's a weaker part of her arc. I played her hangout story recently. It put more perspective into her, but like not
Oh,
too much.
I want you to know, I have not played a singular Hangout story.
Oh, I played all of them. I was grinding out. I was grinding out everything for Navia. I was desperate.
Bro, not a singular Hangout story has ever been touched. So I'll put Ningguang in B tier unless like her Hangout story was like life changing.
Nah, it wasn't life changing. It was solid B tier. Solid B tier for Navia.
Captain of the lore
Beto's
boat.
hangout quest on the other hand. Beto's a solid A tier.
High A tier.
I think Beto, her entire story with like her being outcasted for being basically like this bad luck charm across her town in Liyue, basically forcing her to become a pirate, and her now like progressing through life as a pirate, and it's just her entire character is very fun.
Yeah, actually, as I look at her in high A, I remember the cringe tournament arc where it's just like, oh god, what was the point of that?
I'm sorry, you're looking there, but at least it was clarified that that was Kazua's idea, not hers.
Oh no, then that puts Kazuha in like B tier.
Don't do that. Don't do that. He had that one cutscene with pairing the sword from Raiden. That redeemed him.
Kating is like fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I could not care for.
Yeah, like B
Like,
tier. I think she's better than Noelle, strictly because she does have like the benefit of appearing in Lantern Rights because they want you to buy her
yeah.
skin. But like she's kind of just there.
Yeah. And the bad thing about the standard 5 stars, most of them don't have character stories.
Yeah.
And that really hurts their characters.
Well,
so they're basically forced to either show up in an event or Archon Quest.
I mean, they do have character stories technically, but you do it not thinking of like they're a side thing because like you don't pay money to get the character, you just kind of get the character.
Yeah, fair.
Like the whole thing is like any of the standard 5 stars, they want you to feel bad about getting, which is probably why Dia is like so comparably bad than everyone else because everyone loves Dia.
Yeah. That's their mistake. They made Dia a likable character. They made Dia a likable character. They made them a good design, and then they decided to fix it.
Dia had a little bit too much melanin. Jingling. I like her, but I don't think she's particularly interesting. I like her more than Barbara. So I don't know if that's like low B or high C. But unless you're like ecstatic about Jingling, I don't want to move her to like B tier. Because all these characters I like for like a very specific reason. I just like Jingling because she shuts the fuck up a lot. Chung Yoon, I mean like, I don't care about this guy. He's so.
I'm sorry. His hangout quest was boring as fuck. I do not care about him. All I need to know is that he's a funny exorcist and his aunt is hot. That's all I need to know.
Maybe F tier because I just don't care about him at all. There's no redeeming quality, which makes me want to put Ether in F tier.
I understand the appeal for him, but like personally, no. I'm sorry.
Xingqiu is fucking annoying. Stupid,
Is
no character whatsoever, is always just there, and it always feels like he thinks that he's like mightier than thou.
Xingqiu's the type of guy to Xingqiu's the type of guy to like praise J.K. Rowling.
No, not the J.K. Rowling, my goat.
He's the type of guy to go on Twitter and renown J.K. Rowling for everything they do. Guys, can you believe J.K. Rowling's breathing the same air we do? That's crazy.
Wow. Now we're on Chi Chi. Um,
Yeah,
I
Chi-Chi has the
think
benefit of appearing a lot more, but like, I still don't like her that much, but I like her more
I think
than like
her
Catchy.
like she bounces off other characters okay. I think
Yeah,
she makes other characters shine. Like it makes Hu Tao funny. It makes Baisu look like a father. So like high B tier.
yeah. Venti.
I really like Venti. I think Venti is the best Archon, not the best written Archon, so maybe A tier. S tier was just to show how much I like Venti. It's like A tier. Every time he shows up, it's like genuinely enjoyable. I think the Mondstadt storyline, when Venti was like a part of it, was some of the stronger stuff.
I agree. I agree. I mean, I agree with all that, but like personally, I would put Venti like B or high C. I
High
don't really like
C.
Venti that much. I'm
You
sorry.
you think
I'm sorry.
Venti's
But,
like
I understand why he's A tier, but personally, I just don't see the appeal.
same level as like Mona and Diluc?
Yeah.
Like I can put him low A. Um, Now we have Klee. I think Klee's cute, but not necessarily like well written most of the time. She's
Yeah.
fine. She's the weaker link of Kea Diluc. I think all of her events are pretty fun. Um, but like she's very one note. Her whole thing is like cute child does stuff.
I mean, it works, but because it works to use her sparingly. She doesn't appear in every event.
What the fuck is going on your side? Are you in like a high pressure lab?
Oh, sorry. I was washing out something real quick.
Child, I do like Child, but I think the fact that I think his redemption arc moves him to like down a tier. In fact, I might move him to C tier because of his shit fucking redemption arc.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a redemption arc. It's more like just us trying to understand his side of the story. And his side of the story is just, I want to be strong. I want to fight strong opponents because that's what my sensei told me to do.
That's cool, but I wish that it was like because he was written to be like a bad guy. Keep him as a bad guy. I want to fight.
He absolutely is a bad guy, but he's not like a bad guy. Like if I had to put it in terms of Wreck-It Ralph, he's a bad person. He's an antagonist, absolutely, but he's not a bad guy per se.
Like yeah, that I guess. I think he has the cooler like cutscenes.
Yeah.
I did like him. Like I popped off and started focusing whenever he showed up in the Fontaine story because I was so bored.
Yeah, Child has the advantage of showing up in every nation we've gone to.
He does show up a lot.
He's shown up in Liyue. He showed up in Inazuma. He showed up in Sumeru, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna move him to B tier above Mona. I think he's the perfect B tier.
Yeah, he's the definition of B tier.
Because he has some low lows, but he has some really good highs.
He has some good lore. He has some good cutscenes. I can say he's a B tier.
Diona's fucking annoying.
I do not care for Diona.
Zhongli. Oh, sorry.
Like honestly, Diona is lower than Jinxo for me.
That's fair. I mute the game when Diona's on screen. Are you gonna complain that Zhongli is in S tier?
No, absolutely not.
The most.
If I did, I would be doxxed.
The most. Doxed is crazy.
People would recognize my voice and try to dox me immediately.
No, but like the most enjoyable character story quests ever. And I think his like voice actor does a lot of heavy lifting. Like imagine if Zhongli was a nerd.
Keith Silverstein is an amazing voice actor.
Imagine if
Automated wine tastes the same as I remember.
God.
Yeah.
But one of the coolest characters. Speaking of cool characters, Xinyan. Woo!
Oh yes, Jingyan. Honestly, I put A tier.
Above or below? What do you mean? A tier. When she was characterized, It
No,
was
I want to hear your opinion because I didn't play her part of the quest.
okay. So like her whole thing is like she was a big Omega outcast, right? And that like always ate at her. And then she was like, "Well, fuck that. If I'm an outcast, I'm just gonna do whatever the hell I want." And then became cool rock star. I guess it was like one quest that was memorable, but like very memorable, and I don't have negative, like anything negative to say, except maybe the fact that she doesn't appear a lot, which seeing MiHoYo's writing, might be a good thing. And so since she like appears once, maybe
Now that you explained it, yeah, I had to put her in A tier.
maybe like low A because she doesn't appear a lot or appear a lot that I can remember.
I'm probably a tiny bit biased because Jing Yan was one of the first characters I ever pulled, and I used her for like half the game.
So true.
She's honestly just a character I like to enjoy, and would like to continue enjoying.
That's fair. Albedo is cool. I think what he sets up is interesting, but like he's not very compelling.
Oh,
Yeah. Painter, I like that, but he's like his writing is mid. Speaking of mid, we have Ganyu, who I could put at B minus because I do enjoy when Ganyu's on screen, but I can also put in C tier because Ganyu isn't that interesting. Like it's kind of just like weak.
Ganyu like it's hard to put into words how I like Ganyu, but I don't like her at the same time.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm kind of in that limbo. Ganyu's just like her training arc wasn't that interesting at all.
Yeah.
She's interesting and fun whenever she appears on like Lantern, right? But it's kind of like it's always the same thing. It's just Ganyu's overworked and needs to take a nap, and that's it.
Oh no! Actually, they started like straying from that.
Oh my
And I
god,
like it.
really?
Yes.
Let's go. The writing is. Uh-oh. I mentioned writing and looked at what's coming up. Oh god.
Oh no!
Inazuma, the F tier is gonna grow. Zhao is very fun.
Okay, Zhao is very fun.
Zhao I can put in like high B.
I've skipped him a lot because I don't like his playstyle, but like as a character, I really fuck with him.
Like badass so instantly like at least C tier because he shuts up a lot.
Yeah.
But like the Adeptus lore is genuinely pretty interesting.
Yeah.
He showed up in the chasm, right?
Yeah, he was one of the best parts of the chasm.
Yeah.
That was basically his story quest part 2, and I loved every part of it.
Yeah, Zhao is like top characters. I think I like him same level as Xinyan. Hu
Yeah.
Tao.
I'm sorry. C tier. Yeah.
I don't hate her. I enjoy her. I think she's goofy. But like
Yes.
I mean, like, kind of just there.
Rosaria, she doesn't do much. She kind of just appears and is gone.
Rosaria is pretty cool, honestly. I put her solid C tier.
Yeah, she feels pretty C tier. Like I like her aura, but she doesn't do anything. Like I haven't played in a year, but there hasn't been like a big event where Rosaria was like in it, really. It makes me sad. Yanfei, the lawyer, very cool. When she's on screen, I'm kind of vibing, but I don't know. Not the most interesting. Her law thing made me kind of like hate my life. Her grandma's
Someone who is
chill.
studying to become a lawyer. I think we should all have a little Yanfei in our lives.
C tier because I like her as much as Hu Tao, but I don't. It's not necessarily because of the writing's well. Eula, the most
biased,
boring
I'm biased.
5-star ever.
I'm gonna say I'm very biased.
Okay, I'm
very biased here, but Eula is gonna be like solid B tier for me.
Solid B tier. Okay, let me explain like why I hate Eula. She's a fucking bitch. She is annoying, and she's like rude to everyone around her. And the reasoning the writers think is like acceptable for Eula to be that is because like her parents were bad, and she now is bad, and then does nothing further to like does nothing to be like, yo, I'm sorry that I was horrible. No. Her dancing's cool, I guess. And then during her like one chance to be redeemed during the bottle event where we got the Chaos skin, she was just kind of there. Like, I think it was more of a time for Kale to shine than Eula. It's so bad. Anyways, explain why Eula is B tier.
Okay, my explanation for Eula being a B tier is she suffers from 2021, 2022 writing for Genshin. Because that was actually awful.
True.
Like, I'm pretty sure we can all agree, any character event from like 2022, 2021, it was awful. Most of it was awful. They had some bangers like Chasm event, obviously, but most of it was fucking awful.
So true.
But Eula nowadays, in the few events that she showed up in, she has been pretty fucking cool. Like, there was recently an event where she met Beto, and they played off each other so well. Eula actually seems like a functioning member of this society, and people accept her more now, and I love that.
Whoa. Still D tier, because I haven't experienced that.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Kazuha is one of the more enjoyable characters just to listen to. I think his backstory, where he's like a rogue, is one of the only good highlights of the Inazuma story. He has that one badass moment, but I don't even know what was going on then. He did have the Omega flop by scheduling the boat thing, but he has like the benefit of being a 5-star that Genshin wants you to want.
I think Kazuha has the benefit of being one of the few Inazuma characters that's actually a good writing.
So real. Oh no! Oh no! Oh god! D tier Ayaka. Oh, she is the most bland, boring, like damsel in distress kind of. Not really in distress, but like just damsel character. There's nothing interesting about her to me. She doesn't play a big role in Inazuma's storyline, which is an upside, but like, she didn't even have like a single tiny moment to shine.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Ayaka. I don't care for any Ayaka mains here. I've skipped her on every banner and will continue to skip her. She just does not appeal for me. Anyways, Yoimiya is S tier, and no one can argue with that.
I am heavily biased, and I want to put Yoimiya in S tier, but I did like her hangout event. We were kind of just dating Yoimiya, but at the same time, like it wasn't the worst. She's very happy, and I like that.
Have you played Yoimiya Part 2?
Yes, I have.
I love her. I love her so much. Okay, if she's not gonna be S tier, she's a solid A tier, at least.
I'm gonna put her in S tier because I'm heavily biased, and I didn't put my favorite character in S tier, so I'm gonna put my second favorite character in S tier. Actually, I lie. Yoimiya is my favorite character.
Yo,
all I had to do was think about it for a second, and yeah. Sayu, what the f does Sayu do?
Sayu's D tier.
Sayu is sleepy, voiced by an Among Us player.
Okay, I like her more than Xingqiu, but I'm sorry, she's still D tier.
I mean, good thing she's tiers above Xingqiu.
Yeah, good.
Okay. Raiden Shogun, just in the Inazuma story, F tier. Worst character ever. But I mean, in her story quest, she's a solid character. I mean, it feels like they tried.
Nowadays, she's being characterized much better. I think Raiden is a solid B tier nowadays. I think she's higher than Ningguang, personally.
My problem with Raiden is the fact that she was like written to be like this villain, and I was like, that's interesting. And Archon, that's like a dictator, is cool. And then they pulled a 180 and was like, actually, it was the Fatui that was evil, and it just killed it because I was so excited for like an evil Archon that we had to like fight, and I was like, oh my gosh, we might need help from John Lee. But no! No, it's just the Fatui! It's
Okay.
just the fucking Fatui!
Okay, in Inazuma's defense. Okay, I don't have a defense. I don't have a defense.
Defense of Inazuma, it's Inazuma.
In defense of Inazuma, the writers were fired. They were fucking trash.
I'm gonna put her below all of these characters because, like, her only highlight is, I think, her last story quest. Her first story quest, I do not remember what the fuck was going on.
Oh yeah, the second story quest, that was memorable.
But it's only the second story quest. So is that even good enough to put above, like, because all these characters did have, like, really good moments.
Yeah.
And right, like, oh no, Raiden's worse than Jangling. But like, Raiden is worse than Jangling.
No. I disagree with that fully.
Okay, fine, that's fair. I'll put her in B tier.
Yeah.
Did you disagree with Sarah or
No, Sarah? Wait, where is Sarah? Oh, Sarah.
F tier? I'm putting Aloy in F minus because I don't think Aloy does
Aloy in
literally
F tier.
anything. Actually, maybe S tier because Horizon Zero Dawn is an actually good game.
Anyway, she's F tier.
Yeah, goodbye Aloy. I'm gonna put her in S tier for the thumbnail.
For the thumbnail, yes, absolutely.
Um,
And then you have to put the actual like Horizon model of her. Okay.
Is this
Sarah is D tier.
Sarah's fucking boring, but in a
I don't think they're F. I think they're higher than that.
okay. I can put both of these at the bottom of F, above Sayu
Yeah.
because Sayu doesn't do anything, and that's better than being written by Inazuma writers.
That's fair.
Um,
Toma, I want to say low C.
Low
high
C. I think Toma was like one of the highlights of Inazuma. He was genuinely enjoyable. With like
very fair.
the whole
And-
noodle shop thing where you're like hiding away. And whenever he
yeah.
like threw the spear, tried to assassinate the president, I was like, let's go! JFK! I want to put him in like A tier. I do really, really enjoy Toma.
Okay. Actually, now that you got me thinking, I played his Hangout quest also recently. He's actually a very fun character.
I like him.
He has nuances to him that make me like him a lot.
I
So
associate
just
him with.
for that,
Sorry.
just for that, I can agree with this. A tier.
I associate him with a dog. Also, let me just say like one thing. Sara is fucking boring. Does literally like, all right, guys, we must have a one-on-one fight before the battle. Huh? And Kokomi doesn't do anything. Literally nothing at all. Her whole character is just, I am smart and I know battle strategy.
Yeah, that sucks. Ito, okay. Ito benefits from being not in the Archon quest. And I love it. He benefits from having no recollection of the Archon quest.
Benefits from being like genuinely fun.
He's the most fun character. I've skipped him a lot, but I want to pull him. He's a very fucking fun character.
I hate Mono Geo because I think it's just a boring playstyle. But because of his character, the thing like the chasm was only interesting because Ito was being lol funny. Anytime he appears in an event, it's just goofy, funny, silly, and then like his more serious.
He's the one character I can forgive Paimon for speaking with.
Oh no!
Paimon and Ito's interactions are genuinely hilarious.
Actually, I'm gonna put him in A tier because the writers should have gone for like a more serious note on his like whenever during his character quest, whenever it was like his brother who like gave up everything. But they didn't take the more serious note.
But like, yeah, he definitely could have stood up more for like Oni being like disregarded in Inazuma's past. I'd like to see that more. But as a character in general, for what he is, he's great. He's amazing.
I don't want to put him in S tier just because of like, I think an S tier character has to have like nearly no flaw. But Ito does have a glaring flaw, and that's that like his primary traits are never deviated from.
Yeah.
Goro is fucking annoying.
I'm sorry.
Like genuine, like he's not even just boring, but he's fucking annoying. Anytime he appears on screen, I just like spam click the left button. I don't care. Shenhe's cool. She's on an Inazuma character, so instant plus.
Shenhe, I'd put honestly low B. I put her higher than Raiden.
That's where I was gonna put her. Like probably above like Ningguang, but I like her less than Diluc.
Yeah. Shenhe's story quest, that and plus every interaction she has with Ganyu and Zhenyun, and you haven't played, but Zhenyun's the plunge character, by the way.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, basically Cloud Retainer, her mother, adopted mother. But every interaction she has with them is hilarious. There's a scene in one of the Lantern Rites that you missed, where Shenhe literally threatens to beat someone up, and Genyun's looking at the character she threatens to beat up, and Shenhe. So it's one of the funniest interactions in Genshin. I gotta show you it. But Shenyun looks so stressed. Like, no, you forgot this wasn't your cue, Shenhe. That wasn't what you were supposed to say.
True. I'm a Shenhe enjoyer. I unfortunately can't relate to that memory, but I remember her her story quest being pretty fun. Like her whole thing is dark, and they don't like, and it's like a part of her character, not just like.
They don't shy away from the fact that her backstory is pretty fucking dark. Her father abandoned her, and she was forced to fight for herself at like 5 years old.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like something that's just there for like, look at how sad our character is, which I do appreciate. But I'm not like a fanatic over her, especially like the characters that are up here.
I think Yoon Jin is better than Barbara, at least.
I want to put Yunjin in like A tier. I like she's one of the best characters in Genshin because like they're not trying to sell you much of anything. It's not like in the case of like a 5-star where they're just like trying to make you foam at the mouth because ooh boobies. Yunjin feels like a very well comprised representation of like Chinese opera, which is crazy. Like it's a thing that I didn't know existed.
Oh yeah, Yoonjin is one of the best represented characters in Genshin.
I think like,
it's hard to. Okay, I think it's only because Genshin is a Chinese company, and I'm sorry to say it, but they had to represent themselves in a way that didn't make their government extremely angry with them.
I mean, maybe, but like that's the case with. Like Captain America?
Oh.
So I don't want to like take like dock points against that. I think Yunjin is a very well put together like character. And I don't on the complete opposite note, Yaimiko. D tier.
Okay. Miko, I'm sorry, I put her below A. But I wouldn't put her D tier.
Below A? I mean, like, the highest I'll do is, like, high D tier. She's weird, and she's kind of just, like... She shows up and asks you to do something, and you've never, like, once questioned it. And her fucking writing quest was the weakest and most boring thing I've ever done. I'm the type of person who will like start something and like not leave until it's finished. I had to get up and leave for a walk during her character quest. It was that painful.
Yeah, her character quest was pretty boring, but it's not as boring as the next character.
You're right.
Yeah.
F
No,
tier.
we're not even gonna talk about it. Ignore. He doesn't exist, right?
Yolanda is like a solid B tier.
I think
enjoy
Yolande.
her.
I think Yolande was also one of the highlights of the Chasm quest. Every character in the Chasm quest was fucking amazing.
Yeah,
Let's just say that now.
I think Chasm like solidly puts you at B tier. So I'm gonna go ahead and move Kuki to B tier. Just
Yeah.
say. Although I can't like name anything that makes me like Yelan as a character. So you need to do some heavy lifting. Or she'll fall in C tier.
Okay, yeah. Yolande, I think she's also better than A. Like, if you listen to some of her lines and some of her interactions with other characters, you'll know her backstory is pretty fucking tragic. Like, she's supposed to be this like secret agent type of character, but like everyone she's worked with has died at some point, either because of her or because of what she like goaded them into doing.
Wait, so she's a fucking shit leader.
I wouldn't say so. It's more like it's the circumstances of her job.
Does she lead
Like,
an army of dumbasses?
People are put in risks, and she understands that, but she feels like every time someone dies, it's partly her fault. And it's one of the reasons, like, she goes to Baiju a lot for injuries, right?
Yeah.
And she punishes herself by making herself like try to like simulate the pain that the people she let die go through.
What in the freaky
I think that's
fuck?
pretty fucking dope. Like if you ignore the parallels that can be made there, it's pretty fucking dark.
I mean, yeah, that's dark, but I don't like her as a character.
Okay, yeah, fair. I think
But I do like Kuki.
I think Yolande has to be like right below Ningguang, right below Ningguang.
That's fair. I think these characters are all bordering on like the higher end of C. Just for the record, I think all three of these are higher end. Actually, I think Ningguang on is like the higher end of C. But I'll keep them in B because I think that there is a gap between their writing and the fact that all the characters in C either don't have writing or they have very, very weak writing. Anyways, on to Kuki. I think I really like how Kuki's like the more serious side of Ito's coin, but at the same time, because Kuki is there, Ito has never gotten like super serious, and that's a very huge downside to like fleshing out his character.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons he's A tier but not S tier.
And on the same note, like Kuki's never like been fleshed out with that side.
Yeah, that's fault.
But she's still like enjoyable. I like her interaction with Ito, particularly in the chasm. Beyond that, she doesn't do much.
Imagine if we never got the Hyper Bloom reaction. People would not know about Kuki at all.
Wait, that's true. No, no, does that mean she's C tier? Is this just me being biased?
No, this is not biased. Kuki is just very cool
Okay.
character. It's not gone.
Detective Hazo did have a pretty fun. I remember his detective thing being like not the worst thing in the world.
Oh yeah, it wasn't the worst thing, but like, I wouldn't put him B tier. I'd put him high C.
Yeah, high C. I can put him like top of C or like below Hu Tao and Yanfei.
Agreed.
Tainari, his character quest made me care about a robot crab.
And I think that's pretty cool.
His moment in the Sumeru quest where he was like fighting off a bunch of people in the palace was very hype. And overall, like, there's never a time where I hate Tainari. Same thing with Kale, but I think less so. So I'll put Kale in like A tier.
That's fair.
Shy nerd. Dory doesn't do anything. In fact,
You can go in F tier. Sino, okay. This is absolutely biased, but Sino is A tier.
Wait, I agree with you. Sino feels pretty A tier. He is like, him and Alhaitham carry like the desert part. Otherwise, if those two weren't written like as decently as they were, then they like that entire thing would be a skip. But because like they're bickering. Speaking of, I'm just gonna move Alhaven up here too. Their bickering like made the thing feel like a complete little story, I guess. And plus, he was cool as fuck in the final act.
That is very true. I think his story quests delve into more like his justice side of his character, because he's very about justice, like putting people where.
Oh no, no! Don't remind me of a story quest because now I want to put him in the B tier because his story quest made him look fucking stupid. All he cares about is justice. No.
You played his story quest. That was pretty ass. His second story quest, that's peak. It's actually peak of Genshin. I cannot lie.
Okay, I'll forgive the shit story quest that made me hate his character. Alhaven he's cool, but like.
Okay, I'll hate them for me. He's like Xingqiu, but better.
He is like if Xingqiu was an actual character.
If Xingqiu was actually a dedicated member of society and did shit.
He's fun. I don't like how every aspect of his plan worked out though. That's knocks on his character.
I think the plan should have gone wrong at some point, but that's the problem with the Sumeru story quest and not I'll hate them in general.
Yeah, but his whole thing, I don't know, because then we could have had a chance to like see him flushed out. Like what does he do when he's not completely correct?
Yeah, fair. That would have been very cool, but unfortunately, we didn't get that.
He has a lot of cool moments, like his cutscene with like the red thing. I don't know if I can't remember if he tried to fight
the knowledge capsule.
That was cool. I do think he's just I like him a lot, but like he's not on the same level of like as like the characters above him, I guess. Candace or Kandake, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Candace. I think I get the vibe. I think I get the vibe that they were trying to go for. They were trying to go for like a motherly figure character vibe, and I understand that, but like, she didn't get fleshed out as much as she should have.
Yeah. That's fair. Like she kind of just showed up and then left. I don't hate her. I like what they were going for. Actually, now that I think about it, like Noelle level. And while I'm here, I'm gonna move Lisa, just above these characters.
Okay, that's fair. I agree.
Nilu. Oh no, she's mid.
She's mid. No.
Like I want to like her so bad, but her like it's. I mean, it's cool. Like I want to dance, but the knowledge won't let me. Is cool, very fun, very pog. But what the I like forgot half of her story quest. Her dance was pretty cool, but I can't remember why we were trying to get her to dance.
Yeah.
She's fun. I don't hate her. I don't despise her. I like her. But like her writing is
Yeah, I can't say anything about her. I have zero thoughts about Nilu. She's a character that exists.
As I think about it, I'm putting her here, just below Candace. Actually, like they're like the same to me. One appears like more. One is like better. Yeah. I guess. Nahida, fairly A tier. Both story quests were phenomenal. They're actually like really good pieces of content, not even just like Genshin content.
I'd agree.
Her entire
building block for what made Sumeru pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I think she would have been a much stronger character if we didn't see Nahida before we finally got to her. Like it would have built up like suspense. But other than that, like very well written. Good job.
Yeah. Good job, Genshin.
Layla, Sleepy Queen. I like her, not as much as these characters. I don't know if it's on the C tier.
I relate to her now. I relate to her because college is fucking stressful.
Oh my god, 1 week into college and I'm already dead.
Yeah, but Okay, I played her story quest as well. I should just stop saying that at this point because I basically played all of them except Kaya's.
Right.
She is pretty fucking cool. She's a pretty cool character. I put her not in D tier, at least. I put her low B.
In B tier? So like her
Low B.
writing is good.
Her writing is very good. One of the best written 4 stars. One of them.
Wanderer.
Okay.
I
Wanderer. Do we include his Scaramouche past or just
I'm including
him?
Scaramouche because they're the
Yes.
same fucking character.
They're the same character. He just like got a reality check, I guess.
I think he's like better Zhao, honestly. Like I'm moving Zhao to B tier because Wanderer is just better Zhao.
That's gonna be a hot take, but I agree.
What do I
There's a
like?
reason I put Wanderer and not Zhao.
I like how he like kept his personality, I guess. Like they could have so easily just made him like, "Hi, I'm sorry for my past." And then just like super omega nice. And he's still nice, but he's like a fucking brat.
Yeah, he's like half of the bastards of Genshin put into one character. Like, I can't even joke about that. He throws out so many off script shit. It's hilarious.
I think he is pretty good even though he's in Inazuma. Like his Inazuma writing wasn't the worst thing I've ever saw. I actually remember it being like pretty like he showed up very shortly, which is an upside.
He benefits just like Ito. He was barely in it.
Faruzan doesn't do anything. Like I mean like
I guess her past is tragic. All her friends are dead now.
oh no, her friends are dead. Oh no,
Like,
she's like
that's
every
exactly-
character on this tier list.
That's like every other character. So yeah, she'd have to go in D tier.
Isn't Zhongli's like whole character the fact that he's coping with the fact that he is the only one that like he's the only one who's outlived everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the fact that you have a tragic backstory should not put you in B tier.
Yeah.
Because we have Mr. Sad
we're-
backstory.
Yeah, we're not trauma comparing characters here.
Yeah, this is the trauma tier list, because then all these characters would be in fucking S tier, because okay, hear me out. I think it's a really big cop-out when you make a character, and one of the only interesting things you can do is, like, their backstory is so sad.
Yeah. I think that's one of the reasons, like, I really like Yoimiya. She doesn't have any of that.
She doesn't need the tragic backstory. She's just peak. Yao Yao, but her writing isn't necessarily the best.
Yeah.
She's tolerable on screen, which is an upside because...
That is an upside.
Uh-oh.
A lot of the leeway characters I can't say I like. Dia? Oh my god, yeah.
Is it peak?
Yes. Okay, I wouldn't say it's peak, but it's very fucking close to peak.
Look,
I can't name any of her flaws right now, but I know she has flaws.
all I need to say
Hey,
is...
Lycan.
Oh, sorry.
Hi.
All I need to say is that, like, when Dia was the one to walk us back, I was excited. I was very
Lycan.
happy.
Like, tell Finn what you eat real quick about your
Who
little
the
sandwich.
fuck? Who are you?
no,
Why are you
video,
joining
get
our
out.
private VC?
Get out.
General VC isn't as private as you would think.
Oh my god, I'm banning all of you.
I'll
My
take it.
fault.
into
I just want Lycan to tell what he
God.
Finn. I just want Lycan to tell
I'm
Finn what
muting
sandwich
all
he
of you.
eats.
Everyone out.
Explain your little sandwich.
Alright, they're both muted. Incredible. I'm free. Now on to Mika.
Dia is S tier. Dia is S tier. We can say that.
Yep. Mika F tier. F minus. I don't like him. He's annoying when he's on screen. He is one of the three characters
Go in the other VC.
that I spammed left click on. Oh yeah, I didn't know who you're talking to. They're both muted. I'm free. Old man buys you. I mean, he's fine. He sure is a character. I'm not necessarily compelled to him, but I like when he's on screen. I think he's like Yao Yao in that sense. So I'll put him here. Kaveh. There's so much love put into Kaveh.
Anyways.
I was about to talk about how much love there is put into Kaveh. He's not S tier, but he's like A tier.
Oh yeah, Kaveh is one of the best 4 stars written in a while. Too bad he took 500 days to rerun.
No, they hate him.
It's tragic.
Hear me out. If Kaveh had an okay kit, everyone would love him even more than they already do. He is the better side of like Alhaven's whole thing, where he's like fuck you Alhaven, and Alhaven's like fuck you too, and he's like yeah I bet you want to. He's like the better side of that. Architecture is cool. I like how it's like integrated into his personality. It feels like he's always like a somewhat subtly critical person, which is like kind of what you need in architecture. Kirara sure is a character. I didn't play the new quest, the new story, because Genshin hates the player base and just will never let anyone replay a quest ever. Bland.
Kirara's kind of bland, I'm sorry.
Kind of just there. Like her worse than Candace and Lilu. So. Okay, we're on to actually pretty good writing. Yay!
Oh yeah, Lenny. I like what they tried to do with Lenny and his siblings. They're affiliated with the Fatui, but they're not bad people. I think all of the siblings go in at least C tier.
Freminette can go into C tier. I think
yeah.
Linny and Lynette are like B tier. Their writing's pretty good and they're enjoyable characters. I like them, and it's not because of their strength.
I agree with that.
Neuvillette is very interesting. I enjoy him, but I think he's written fucking terribly. His whole thing is like, he is completely perfect in every aspect. The perfect judge. He wants to acknowledge the people's will. If justice is bad, he will listen and see it through. There is nothing wrong with his character, so there's nothing, and you can never grow. And all they had to do was add one flaw. Maybe he cares about justice too much, more than everyone else, or maybe he thinks that only the higher-ups word means anything. Something! But no, he's just perfect in every way. D tier, C tier because he is interesting on screen. But in terms of writing, F tier. And you know what? Just to emphasize the point, I am gonna put him into F tier.
Don't you hate it when your favorite character has 0 flaws?
No, but genuinely, it's such a bad writing tool.
He probably has a flaw, but I'm just not thinking of it right now.
It's like,
and that's the thing. He doesn't have a notable flaw.
He should have, if you want him to be perfect, have that at the end of the story, not the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to do a lot of heavy lifting for most of these characters because I just don't know them.
Okay.
Risley.
Okay, so the thing with Risley, he's the warden of his prison, right?
Uh-huh.
In the past, he had to kill some people. I think he killed his parents.
Damn.
He killed his parents because of some bad shit they were doing. And he just standing for that. So he got put in prison, and then he reformed himself, and now he's the prison duke. I think that's pretty cool, but other than that, he's just like a jokey character. He throws out some one-liners sometimes. He's kind of badass, but He's this guy that everyone respects in the prison, and that's it. He's a likable
Where
guy.
would you put him?
I pulled for him because I like punching shit. I didn't pull for him because of what his character. Although it is a perk.
C tier.
I'd honestly put him C tier.
I hear one the highest highlight that you said about him was that he was pretty funny with one-liners. That's just. It sounds like he's either Diet Hu Tao or Better Hu Tao.
Better, honestly.
Farina's pretty good.
Oh, actually, okay. I cannot spoil you on the Archon Quest because Farina's character goes through so much growth.
Okay, bratty, annoying shithead. But honestly, not in an annoying way.
Bratty Farina, before we get the context to why this is her character, I'd put her B tier at least.
Okay, I'll put her like below I'll hate them.
Agreed. Okay, Charlotte, do not care for. She can be in D tier.
Not okay. I've seen some of Navia, and so far she's omega boring. Like, I like.
No, that's just a problem with like the first half of Fontaine's Archon Quest. The final act is pretty fucking good. The story quest is pretty good.
Oh no! Just keep watching. It's good.
Okay, Navia outside of the Archon Quest, but I want to say outside of the Archon Quest because the Archon Quest kind of does some things right with her.
Oh no, she's bad in the Archon Quest completely.
No, she's not horrible. She's not horrible at all. I think she's a solid like
C tier.
7 out of 10 out in the Archon Quest, but like as an overall character, Navia's also a B tier. A lot of the Fontaine characters are B tiers, and I can't argue with that.
That's fair. And that's better than Inazuma.
True.
I don't even know who the fuck she is, so you have to do a lot of heavy lifting.
Okay, Chevreuse is a police officer, and that's pretty much everything notable about her. I'm sorry. I love her, but like, she's just a police officer that went through a rough past, and she's trying to like atone for all that shit. She's kind. She has a nerdy side, and that's kind of cute, but like that's it.
All right. Now we're at Cloud Retainer, right?
Yes.
If
we include Cloud Retainer, like Cloud Retainer from the Leeway Archon Quest, right? Like in her bird form and everything, she's pretty fucking fun. She's decently funny.
I like a lot of the Leeway characters a lot. It just feels like they put actual love into them, and Cloud Retainer is not like an exception. I'm trying to like pinpoint some things that I like before I just like put her in high B tier.
Yeah.
Let me think. I can't remember a thing that I like, but I don't remember hating her, and her writing's pretty good. Maybe bottom of B tier.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't.
Anyways,
know.
all you need to know about him is that he has pretty bad father issues that get resolved at the end of his lantern, right? And I think I think the entire like arc around that was pretty cool. But other than that, there's not much to him. Other than he's just like this dancer guy.
C tier.
Yeah.
Put him below these guys.
Chiori, she's from Inazuma, so she immediately gets points for not being involved in the Archon Quest.
True.
She's like, I don't want to use this word, but it's the only word I can think of to describe her. She's a girl boss. She's a character that there's no other way to put it. I'm sorry, but she's literally just a girl boss in Genshin. She breaks the mold of the career path she's in. She's a tailor. She makes suits for stuff and people, right?
Uh-huh.
But like, she does not like fuck around with how other people are treated in her shop. Like if someone of high nobility or something comes into her shop like demanding like, what the fuck are you doing with this person instead of me? Work with me immediately. Chiori will throw a scissors at them.
What the fuck?
On site. She will throw scissors at them on site. And she has harassed someone outside of her shop. And she wasn't arrested for it because she's friends with the police.
No. All right, from how you describe it, easy B tier.
Yeah, easy B tier. She already's cool.
Father.
If you ignore the fact that she's literally just Albedo 2.0, but let's not get into that.
Where we put in father?
Okay. I think this is the first A tier of Fontaine.
Yeah.
At least A tier.
Better than
Kale.
Okay.
No, I don't think she's better than Nahida. Nahida was pretty damn good.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna put Nahida at like the top of A because she's actually like there because she's well written.
Yeah. Chlorand. Better catching. Let me think.
Say better catching like it's a bar to clear.
Chlorand is pretty fun. She has like a... Okay, she's outside of work where she's basically just like this executor for when people ask for a duel inside of the court. She has a nerdy side, and I love that. She's not just all work like catching or Ganyu. She's this character that has nuances. She has stuff that she does, but outside of this main thing that you know her for.
Oh my god, she's a real character?
Yes.
Wow, she just beat everyone on this list. Oh my god.
She's literally a character that has a work life and a personal life, and I love that.
Bro, like top of B? Top of B?
Top of B.
Better than Alhaitham?
I don't think she's better than Alhaitham.
Alright, and
As much as I love her, I don't think she's better than Alhaitham.
I'm not gonna rank any of these characters because they're all new. Does the Fire Lady ever appear in anything?
What Fire Lady?
The Burning Lady, the Dendro Girl.
Oh, Emily? Yes, she does.
Is it just a story quest or is it like...
I think it's just her story quest.
Okay, then did you do that?
I did do that.
Oh, you did? Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
first off, I don't even know who this person is.
Okay, she's the nurse in Risley's prison. I did her story quest. It was pretty fucking lame. I'm sorry.
Womp womp F tier. Is she annoying when she's on screen?
No.
Okay, saved.
Saved.
She's at the bottom of D
honestly-
tier, let's go. Yai Miko isn't the worst character.
Anyways, Sethos.
You're popping off.
Oh my god. I'm gonna be incredibly biased because this character has a lot in common with Sino. Because they're basically cousins, canonically.
Okay. Well, family
So-
tree action.
Okay, so lore is this character was he was experimented on and had half of a god put inside him, right? half of a desert god put inside him, right? Like he was taken off the street, put in a scientist lab, and his uncle just said, "Don't worry, you'll be fine. We're just putting a god inside you.
Don't worry,
You'll be fine. Don't worry. You're a perfect vessel. You'll be alive." We can't say that about the other test subjects. And the other test subject with the other half of the god is Sino. But Sino was saved by the fact that his sensei, teacher in the academia, saved him from the evil organization that was trying to like revive this god. So him and Sethos eventually come to like at odds in Sino's second story quest. And honestly, the entire conclusion of it is pretty cool. Because Sethos kind of becomes the leader of the organization at the end of it. And he's a competent guy. He's a very cool character. But that's to be expected. He's voiced by Zeno Robinson. And if you don't know him, you need to look at his roles. He only does peak characters.
I think I recognize that name. Who else does he voice?
He also voices Hawks in MHA, I think.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
If you watch the Owl House, he also did the Golden Guard guy.
Top of B, bottom of A.
Top of B.
Top.
A B.
Top.
Oh wait. Below all hate them. Below all hate them and Farina.
Okay. Is this the tier? Wait. Okay. Now we need to get a little critical. Goodbye. Ning Guang is actually somewhat interesting. I don't like that Yelan is in B tier. Because there's like genuinely good characters in B tier.
Yeah, I think she has to go on B tier.
But C tier, there's genuinely good character. Like, I don't think Yelan is on the same level as like D-Luke in terms of being an interesting character or writing. That's not saying much. Because I think D-Luke is like bottom of B tier.
Okay, I can accept this. I can accept this.
It's like shit Batman. I do like Freeze Girl. Linny's fine. I think his like the mini game was very weak.
I think most of these placements can stay. Some of them need a little tweaking, like let's say
Okay, wait. I want to make a different like a tier above. And I'm gonna put like actually good like this is like outside of like Genshin, because I think we can all agree that like if we're judging this purely off of like how good of a character, most of these like B tier is like a C minus tier in terms of just pure writing, and A tier can probably still be like B tier minus like the top, and then S tier is like a good A tier in terms of just pure writing.
that's fair.
But in terms of actually good character, I mean obviously, and I think Zhongli is the only one that should go there.
Yeah, fair. I agree with this.
Zhongli is good both in the Archon quest, which is permanent content that's always accessible. He's good in his story quest. He's good in like just like overworld interactions. He's an actual character, right? He has like struggles and conflicts. Really good backstory. Like he is the backbone for everything. In Liyue. And like his story quest is very, very nice. I like that he's flawed in the sense that like he couldn't keep it, like that he basically failed Azdaha or Azdaha. I'm moving Nubalet up a tier, by the way. I don't think he's F tier.
Yeah.
Because he isn't fucking annoying when he's on screen. But like I could see Zhongli being in contention for like an A or B tier character in terms of pure writing. Like in general.
Yeah.
Which I can't confidently say for any of these other characters.
That's fair.
So this is the tier list.
Yep.
It's gonna make Genshin fans upset because why is Hu Tao in C tier? But I think other than that, like it might make video game gamers upset because why are any of these characters above D tier? Anyways, time to use the snipping tool, a free program to copy the entire tier list.
Let's go.
Yay, we did it. Alright, goodbye. Goodbye, YouTube.